Well, hello everyone. This is Special Schultz, United States Army. Um, but for those who want to know my real name, my first name is Daniel, but one of my nicknames that I go by is DJ, nickname that started in Afghanistan and pretty much stuck with me ever since. But the reason why I'm making this video is because kind of had a is kind of hit a brick wall, as you could say. Um, um, was diagnosed with MS about a little over a week ago, and hit me pretty hard. Not exactly something that you want to wake up to, and I mean, with me being in the army, it kind of sucks, because your whole career is on the line. So the reason why I'm on here is just making a little video because I've been going on YouTube and found out that a lot of people who've been diagnosed with it have been talking about it, and I figure probably help me, and probably get to know some of the people that are on there. So anyway, here I am. For me, symptoms started probably about February, March, April range of this year, 2010. Woke up one morning just out of the blue with my lower right side of my back going around through my hip, the front part of my body, going down through my thigh and just settling below my kneecap was numb. Not so much, no, full numb when your foot falls asleep, but more to the point where it's numb. You can't feel when you put your hand on top of your own leg and can't feel it. So that was the first start of it. Went to the medical clinic here on post. The physician or the civilian doctor, the first one I saw, put me in for an MRI, and she wanted the full workup. She also did sensation tests. When they do the 12 steps when they sensation. Make sure you haven't had a stroke or anything like that. So she did that, and then got to the MRI place and just wanted a beam for lower thoracic. She wanted a full scan, and they just did lower thoracic. Came out negative. So then, symptoms started progressing a little bit more. Couldn't really do PT anymore. Something would pop in and out of my hip. I thought maybe at first I probably had like a pinched nerve. It turns out it wasn't, but I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but we'll get to that. So I kept on going back to the clinic, and I started seeing this one PA military. He's a captain. He started doing the same thing that the civilian doctor was doing. So he put me in for a nerve conduction nerve conduction study. It's also another symptom that I have, slur words. basically, anyone who doesn't know what it is, they put needles into your leg and shock you. Basically, you're turned into a human car battery and a human pincushion. Don't recommend it. Very painful. Got to the point where it was so painful that I almost punched the hole in the wall. But anyway, continuing. And once they got the results for that, that came out negative. Okay. Then symptoms, or the numbness in my leg got, or once they got worse, it spread. It went past my kneecap down into my thigh. So that got his attention. So then he told me to make an appointment with general neurology with the main hospital we have on post here at Fort Lewis Madigan Army Medical Center. So did that and started seeing the female captain over there and her superior officer, who is a full bird colonel. So they put me in for a full brain and spinal scan. Got that done, and I'd say about, all this is pretty much over the course from April, May, June, July, August. So coming up to the most recent, the MRI came back and I had 4 lesions on my going from the front of my frontal lobe down through here, and I also have one on my spine. Now, they also, they told me that, then they started telling me what it could be, what it could not be, what they don't want it to be, doing blood work and all this and that. So I had blood work done, and then they started giving me the criteria for MS, and I started reading up about it, getting to know what it is, and then they also put me in for a spinal tap. That I do not fucking recommend, pardon my language, but that was painful. I mean, very painful. So I think the thing that really hit home was one of my friends who just got back from Iraq. Was hanging out with him one day, and we were having lunch, and got the call from Captain, the PA. Sorry, don't want to get interrupted. So got the call from her and said that the spinal tap had high abnormality in the spinal fluid and I needed to come in, so I made an appointment, and then pretty much right then and there went in, got diagnosed with MS. Yeah, that'll ruin your fucking weekend. Excuse me again. So pretty much been dealing with it on my own right now, I suppose, because I got my military friends here, but they have their own stuff that they have to deal with. Don't have any family here in Washington at all. Everyone is in Southern California, where I'm originally from, and so just going through this alone really sucks. They've started me on treatment. It's the interferon, Avonex, the beta 1. Don't really know the full actual name, and know Vanex. Got that started on Wednesday of this week. The nurse came out and trained me on how to do it, how site injection prep and sterilization and all the other good stuff. Um, I was really weird at first because when I was little, was always afraid of needles, and I go in and get like a booster shot or have blood drawn when I was a kid, and a needle wouldn't even touch me, and I already start to freak out. And it's really funny because I have 4 tattoos, but now injecting myself with the meds that's hopefully going to be helping me with this. It was weird at first. I mean, it took me a good 30 seconds to actually inject myself because I was just nervous. I mean, first time I've ever had to inject myself with medication. Usually, being in the Army, you ever hurt or anything, they just tell you take ibuprofen, drink water, and drive on. Yeah, not in this case. I wish it was that simple. But as we learn, things aren't that simple, especially in this case. So now that I'm reading up on this stuff and getting more, just studying up on it and learning about it and seeing all these people on YouTube who have it. I think the one that I've come to admire is this one lady, Tesla girl. I can't remember what her actual name is, but I guess she just wrote a book, and actually watched some of her videos, and she's actually a pretty funny girl. But anyway, this is my first video log, and for anyone else out there who does have MS, I'd like to hear your stories, or send me a video log or whatever. Get to know some of the people that are out there, and just to find out that I'm not alone in this. So I'd like to hear from some of you guys, and hopefully with this video, if I can actually get posted on YouTube, and kind of having problems putting the videos on. I guess, I don't know, YouTube must not like me or something. So hope to hear from you guys.